Hello everyone. Now today I'm going to show you how to join or promote, let's say join a virtual machine to Active Directory. Let's say that you are working on a company. The company has a domain controller, and then there are some Windows 10 virtual machine or machines. So those clients' computers have to be part of the Active Directory. Okay. So I'm going to show you how to make a Windows machine 10 or 11 to be part of the Active Directory so that the user can use his credential to log in to the company's network. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay, firstly, we have to try to ping. Okay, let me close this. Okay, this is Win11. Okay, this is let me see the IP address, cmd ipconfig. This is the IP address of Win11. Okay, for the server, let me check for the server. 2019 server, cmd ipconfig. Okay, if I try to ping 2019 server from Win10, Win11, so from Windows 11, let me see, ping 192.168.100.5. Okay, normally I should be able to join this computer or make it Win11 part of the Active Directory. Firstly, let me check the IP address. Okay, here I have to make it to have a static IP address instead of GCP IP address. Okay, so what I did, I come here, I click Internet, I click on Properties, I choose Internet Protocol version 4 Properties. Now I put I choose the following IP address. Don't forget the IP address of this machine. Let's see, cmd ipconfig is 5. What you do, you come here, you add 192.168.100.5. Okay, you have to put it the same IP address when it has a DHCP IP address. You have to put the same thing on static IP address, the same IP address. You come here, it will take automatically. For the gateway, you have to put the default gateway of the server. If you don't put the default gateway of the server, you will not be able to make it working. Okay, 192.168.100.1. Okay, here you can put preferred DNS 127. You can maybe 1. You can put 0, 0. Okay, let's see. Click on OK. Warning: the default gateway is not on the same. Okay, is not on the same. Maybe I made a mistake. Okay. Okay. Now what we are going to do. This is the IP address. Sorry, I made a mistake. 192. This is the IP address of the Win11. Okay, this is the submask. This is the default gateway. And the preferred DNS, what you could do, you put the IP address of the server. Okay, on the preferred DNS. Okay, you put 192.168.100. Sorry. Okay, you click here. 192.168.100, and then the IP address of the server is 4. for the preferred DNS. Okay, for the preferred DNS, you put the IP address of the server. This is the IP address of Win11. It was a DHCP IP address. Now, when you are going to make this Win11 part of the Active Directory, you have to make the IP address static IP address, but you have to use the same IP address. At the time it was dynamic. Okay, don't forget, when we created the network, we added 192.168.100, that file, that's 0. Okay, now this is the IP address of Win11. Okay, on the preferred DNS you have to put the IP address of the server, otherwise you will not be able to make this machine part of the Active Directory. Okay, close. Now what I did, I come here, I tap PC. On this PC, right click, properties. Okay, on properties you come here, you click on change settings. So it was Win10. Okay, and you click on change. Okay, because it's gonna be part of the domain, you have to come here, you click here. What was the domain? It was kms.com. Okay, kms.com. You click on OK. Now it asks for username and password. You have to use 2000 Windows Server 2019 username, and then the same password. I'm gonna show you. If I try to lock it, input, there's a lock. Okay, let me show you. I click on input. Okay, let me sign out on the server. Okay, sign out. Now to see the password, you come here, keyboard, Control or Delete. Okay, the username is KMS / administrator. Okay, the username is KMS / administrator. You come here, put KMS / administrator. So I enter the password at the time I promoted the server to domain controller. Okay, I click on OK. Here you could change the computer name. You see, welcome to the KMS domain, which means now Win10 or 11 is part of the Active Directory, is part of the domain controller. Now, when we create a username, and then the user will be able to use a Win10 or Win11 to log in to the domain controller. Okay, click on OK. Here, if you want, you can change the computer name. Okay, let me try to change the computer name. I can call it, let's say, father. Okay, father. Okay, I click on OK. Okay, because I changed the computer name, it asks me for the password. We put the same. Okay, KMS / administrator, and then you put the password. Okay, now you must restart the computer. Yes, restart. As you can see now, this Win10 or 11 is part of the Active Directory. Now, on the next video, we are going to create a username. We are going to create groups, and then we'll use the username to log in from this computer, Win10 or Win11, to log into the company's network, so that after that we'll give access. So on the next video, we are going to create users, we are going to create groups, and then we are going to create OU, okay?